Hey, Mean Matt here. There we go. Hey, Mean Matt here. 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 Mean Matt here. Hey, 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 Mean Matt here. So, Bound for Glory was on last night, obviously, and yeah, I couldn't watch it last night. Tried to find it on Dailymotion or whatever. I didn't get the pay-per-view, and fucking sites were down. I don't know, but I was able to get all the matches surprisingly on another channel, YouTube. Okay, so somebody posted that. So that was pretty cool. And, for what it's worth, it was a pretty good show. Some surprises, which are actually shocking to me in some way or another, but yeah. So there was a dark match. I didn't see it. Got Madison Rayne versus Shotzi Blackheart. And if you don't know who she is, you have to watch Evolve 131, and I mean, she is really good. I really enjoyed that match, but this match I didn't see, unfortunately, but Madison Rayne won, so there it is. You have the 6-man tag team match. You got the Rascals, and they took on Dr. Wagner Jr., the Mexican luchador legend, and Aerostar and Taurus. And so, yeah, this was a pretty good match too. And like I said in our prediction show, I thought maybe the Mexican team would win, but it went to the Rascals. And I thought, okay, well, that's kind of weird, but we'll see what happens down the road, I guess. I don't know. You had the Gauntlet match, and Eddie Edwards won. So he will get a shot at a championship of his choice now. So that's interesting. I mean, Eddie Edwards has been in Impact now for a few years, and it's time to see what else he can bring, And I know that he's been the Impact Tag Team Champion with Davey Richards, so it'll be interesting to see what else he can do in the ring and see what championship he wants to go for. If he goes for the Impact World Championship, I'll be kind of surprised. I don't know how ready he is for that, but we'll see, I guess. We then have the Impact Knockouts Championship. You've got Tennille Dashwood versus the champion, Taya Valkyrie. And, yeah, so she came out with, I can't remember the guy's name, honestly. But he has a leash and he's walking a stuffed Pomeranian dog, which I thought was funny. I mean, she has her own little dog, and so I don't know about what's going on there. This was a pretty good match. Obviously, Taya dominated most of the match herself. And yeah, she basically retained the Knockouts Championship, so that's pretty cool. This match was actually pretty shocking, but I kind of see where they went with this. You had the North versus Willie Mack, and Rich Swann versus Rhino, and Rob Van Dam. And yeah, this match was interesting. It was for the World Take Team Championship. You know, the North, like I said, is one of the best take teams on Impact, and they have that old school mentality, just like the Revival. They have this, you know, take a wrestler and put them in the corner on their side, and they both take turns beating the shit out of this guy. Which they did with Willie Mack and Rhino. And of course, Rob Van Dam didn't really get much in the match, but it was interesting, you know, because of the outcome. So, Rhino takes in RVD, he gets into the ring, and you think he's gonna wrestle the opposing team, and yeah, a super kick to Rhino. So instantly, the crowd just boos, which is weird. You know, it's like crazy. So he super kicks Willie Mack, and then he roundhouse kicks Rich Swann, and basically gets out of the ring and mocks the crowd. Then he takes off his trademark ponytail and then leaves. Rob Van Dam has been a heel before, but it's just going to be interesting to see how they're going to play with this. I know that right now he just seems like a free range wrestler because he's another one of those wrestlers that go between WWE and TNA. Now, he hasn't been in WWE since the reunion show, so we'll see what happens there. But yeah, this was a pretty interesting move, in my opinion. You get this match, Michael Elgin versus Marufuji, and this was also very much like a New Japan style match where it was hard hitting, very much a strong style type match. You know, Michael Elgin definitely hit all of his moves. Got Marufuji, who definitely showed a lot in the match. You thought maybe he might win. There was outside action with the two, and Michael Elgin ended up winning the powerbomb. And yeah, so Michael Elgin wins the match. So we'll see what happens with that. I mean, Marufuji, like I said, I probably watched in New Japan, but don't know a lot. And it's just pretty cool to see that Michael Elgin won this one. So we then get the intergender ladder match for the X Division Championship. We have Austin Ace versus Jake Crist versus Tessa Blanchard versus Daga, the big man, and of course EC Romero. Now, this match was pretty cool. I mean, you look at how big this guy was, and there was a point where he was gonna go up on the ladder to get the belt, and Tessa, or everyone says, because she's a woman, she's weaker, pushed him off the fucking ladder, and he landed, and it was like, holy shit. So she really knows what she's doing, and there was a point where you thought she was gonna win, but that didn't happen. So yeah, actually Ace took advantage of that, and now he's the new champion, the new X Division champion. And yeah, so I pretty much figured that was going to happen, if not sooner than later. But it's pretty interesting to see what kind of stuff they're going to do with him, so I don't know. But I wasn't expecting at all Tessa to win the match. And you get this match, you know, we all been waiting for, Moose versus Ken Shamrock. This was fucking wild, you know. Yeah, you had Ken put Moose in the classic leg lock. Yeah, ankle lock. And eventually somehow went to Moose. So I don't know if they're going to continue this feud. I don't know if Ken's going to go back to MMA, but I'm assuming there's got to be a rematch or something at some point. But we'll see. I really don't know. Then you got the main event. Got Brian Cage versus Sami Callihan. And yeah, that was a bloody match. I mean, Sami got busted open. You got Brian, whose lip got busted open. You know, a lot of insane moves and fucking crazy, you know. It was just insane. And yeah, but I mean, they definitely thought that maybe Sami would get the match. And yeah, still, you know, Brian had the upper hand. Not Sami's night, and yeah, Brian ended up retaining. So this was a good pay-per-view, and like I said last night, it was just muted. It wasn't of very good quality, and I didn't really want to sit through watching silence. So I ended up finding these matches. Or maybe there's one match I didn't see, but I still ended up finding it, and so yeah, it was a pretty cool pay-per-view, and the surprise heel turn from RVD, although if I was left out in the match, yeah, I'd be pissed off too. Anyways, yeah, that's it. I'll talk to you later. Bye.